What's up, everybody? It's Kyle with Outdoor Artisans. I'm here. I wanted to show you guys how we build retaining walls. So we got this awesome retaining wall. A customer had some old telephone poles used as a retainer for her garden area. So she wanted something a little nicer. So we decided to go with these Lakeland wall blocks, and I'm gonna show you guys how we build it. So let's go.
Find the spot where you're gonna build it. You take some string and tie it up. You take some spray paint and you outline where you want it to be. We're the block bandits, building all the walls. We're the block bandits. We're the block bandits, building all the walls.
All right, the first thing you got to do is you have to know how long your wall is going to be. You have to know how tall it is. That will allow you to figure out how much materials you need. Then, what we like to do is we like to have the materials delivered, because they can bring it in with the forklift like you see now, and they can put it right next to our building site. So you see Brandon there, he's telling Tommy where to drop the pallets of block. What we got here is a load of base rock being brought in with the dump trailer. So the base rock is a material that compacts really well, and that's what we put on the bottom of the wall. And then we set our blocks on the base rock. Once we have all the materials on the job site, we really dial in our trench. So Curtis is cutting some little stabs of rebar that were in those telephone poles that were there before. Kyle's over here with the wheelbarrow bringing in the base material, and you can see it's kind of faint, but you can barely see the orange string line that we have ran. That represents the height of the blocks. And then what we do is we take our tape measure from the string down to the bottom of the trench to make sure that the trench is deep enough to accommodate 6 inches of base rock and at least half of the first block that we're going to put in. So the guys are spending a little bit of extra time on that corner, because the corner is where we are going to put some columns. So the corner has to be dug out a little bit deeper, because the column is wider and thicker than the rest of the wall. So there's a lot of checking, double checking, because during this stage it's easy to make adjustments, but once you start putting the base rock in there, once you start building the wall with the blocks, then it becomes a real pain to have to go back and dig your trench out because it's not deep enough, or you don't have enough base, or whatever. So if you don't have enough base in the wall, then it will start to sink, crumble. Now if it was going to be a bigger wall, much bigger, you even want to do like a concrete footing. But since this is a really short wall that we're doing, and it's not holding up a whole lot of soil behind it, base is going to work totally fine. But if there's a big old mountain that is trying to retain, or the wall is going to be 6 feet tall, or even 4 feet tall, you still want a concrete footing underneath. Okay, so once you got all your base in there and it's all compacted and tamped down, it's at the right height, then you could start laying your first course of blocks. Now this is the part of the wall that takes the longest, because you have to put in each block one by one and check each level as you go. You sometimes have to adjust the base if it's a little high or a little low. You got to put some underneath there, or take some out from underneath the block to make sure that the blocks don't wobble and that they're solidly in place. So you can see Brandon meticulously putting each block, making sure it's level, making sure everything is solid, He also checks that all the blocks are level to each other, as well as each individual block is level. This part is crucial because if the blocks are not leveled, they will topple over. It's just a matter of time. Once the first course is installed, it's really easy to do the next courses because you already know that the second course of blocks is going to be level if your first course is level. So Brandon's going along, making sure everything's level. He's leaving space for the stairway that's going to go in there. And then the guys go back and install the second course, the third course, and all the rest of the courses. Each new course gets secured to the course below it using masonry adhesive. Now, some guys like to use mortar, and we use mortar sometimes too in certain situations. But for this wall, we want a nice clean finish, and that masonry adhesive squishes down so it's almost invisible. Whereas the mortar, you'll be able to see the lines of mortar in between each of the new courses. Okay, so the guys got the wall about a third of the way built. So you can see that it's coming from the fence right there where Brandon and Kyle are standing. It's coming out and then going back towards the back of the property over there where Curtis is sitting on the ground, getting the roots cleared out of the way. And then from where Curtis is sitting, it's going back towards the fence. So there's 3 sides to this wall that we're doing here. There's 2 columns. The columns, we always make them a little bit taller than the rest of the wall because that really helps set the wall off and make it look like a feature instead of just a flat wall that kind of gets boring. So once the bottom course is really dialed in, everything is sturdy, everything is level, you can see how fast the rest of the wall goes up. We put on each layer with masonry adhesive and it's going quick. This is the normal speed of the guys working. I did not speed this video up at all, and the only cap about that is the cap that's going on the columns. All right, so this is going to be the garden area. We wanted to delineate the space. So we got this really nice Lakeland wall block. As the cap, we put the same blocks, we just turned them so that they stick over and make it a little bit more fancy. These fencing panels the customer had, and she wanted to keep the dog out. So once the wall was all built, the blocks were all secured, we bolted these into the side of the blocks. Now we also got these access stairs so that the area is accessible. We got this little super simple little gate just to kind of block the space off. Put the pin in. Now the dog can't get in there and mess up those veggies. So let's go over here and take a look at the caps. Okay, so we used the Lakeland wall blocks to build columns in the corners. It just really helps to set the wall off and really make it look a little bit more fancier, a little bit nicer. Doesn't really take all that much energy or time or materials to do it, but just makes a world of difference. On top of there, we got these 24 by 24 inch gray mist caps. Has the natural stone edge. So that really just sets it off. These come in all different colors, so we can match, we can contrast, whatever you think fits your style the best. So that's it. That's the Lakeland wall blocks. These style of blocks look a lot better than those round face retaining wall blocks that everybody has. Those are really old school. They're played out. So we're using these Lakeland wall blocks. Now these come in all different colors. We have color samples for you guys if you wanted to pick out what you think matches your style the best. But these really set the yard off. They make it look 1,000 times better. So Lakeland wall blocks, that's the way to go.
Yeah. Our outdoor artisans bringing dreams and visions to life, bringing high quality designs and top-notch craftsmanship. You want your lawn looking real fly? You call us, and if you need us to fix up your deck, you call us, and if you want a water feature that you can flex, then you know who to call. Ha. You see us in red, we keep it steady. They know that we ready for any problem, so don't you go get petty. You just let me take the reins and get it done. Outdoor artisans, it's our way of having fun, and that's why the people love us. They trust us to go above and beyond. We bond with the locals, so you know we strong, and you know we've been doing this for long. I ain't wrong, just listen to the song. Outdoor artisans, we've been at it for a minute, bringing visions to life, bringing dreams to life. We bringing dreams to life. Outdoor artisans, we've been at it for a minute, bringing visions to life, bringing dreams to life. We bringing dreams to life. Outdoor artisans, we've been at it for a minute, bringing visions to life, bringing dreams to life. We bringing dreams to life. Outdoor artisans, we've been at it for a minute, bringing visions to life, bringing dreams to life, bringing dreams to life. We bringing dreams to life. We doing it for all the landscapers, the hard workers, the hard laborers, the hard haters, the innovators. We doing it for all the lawn mowers, all the yard trimmers, all the leaf blowers, all the weed blackers, all the weed whackers, all the hand sewers, all the guys who do it for the smell of fresh cut grass. We doing it for all the good old boys and all the girls who love the good old boys, and for the customers who never seem to call us back, but then they come back with more work than before, and that's why they